Hey there, it's Bobi, aka Paginator, and I'm here today with a giant haul. Ayahayaha. This all began very innocently. So today I was supposed to meet one of my students who earned a massive book reward, the only student in the entire middle school to do so. And as a reward, because I'm good friends with her mom, we had arranged for me to take her book shopping. So I was supposed to meet her, buy her some books. I had some cash pulled out for that. And a friend of mine texted and said, hey, while you're shopping, would you pick up a copy of One and Only Bob for my stepdaughter? And I got on the Barnes & Noble website to make sure that it was in stock before I hit the store, and noticed that it was their book haul sale. 50% off hardbacks. So we had a little situation. I actually ended up going to two Barnes & Noble and the King's English. I went to the Leighton Barnes & Noble to get the One and Only Bob for my coworker, and then ended up buying a whole lot of books for myself. And then went to the King's English solely intending to get one book from their blind date from a book cart. Got that book and then decided to go in the store and thought, oh, I'll just browse. Came out with 3 books. And then went to the Barnes & Noble in Sugar House, Utah to buy the books for my student. I've done some damage to my bank account. But the most worthwhile thing of the whole entire day with the student, she's very, very deserving. She's had a lot of health issues that she's had to overcome, and it's amazing that she's even like alive. So not only is she like a walking miracle, but she's the only student in the entire middle school to earn this big reading reward. So I was ready to spoil her. And because we hit the store on the day of the sale, I was able to buy her 5 books. The sweet little thing thought she was going to pay for them herself. I'm like, oh honey, no, I am buying these for you. I am. And it just so happened that just before she came to the bookstore, she was at her doctor's and received some really amazing news health-wise. Of course, I can't share any of this with you guys or her name or anything, but I'm so excited for her, and to see the joy on her face when she realized, like, not only was she getting like 5 brand new books, any books that she wanted to pick out in the store, but that Miss Page was paying for it, and like she also got this really great news early. Like, I cannot wish for anything better for this child. Like, I want her to have all the good things. We're going to talk about my shopping. I also did a trip to Michael's because I needed some craft supplies for some things. So I guess we'll just start diving through everything that I got. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do the Michael stuff first. So I have been making a bunch of mini journals using 6x6 paper, and I have a team of teachers that I work with, and school is starting again soon, and I'm going to be making some mini journals for them. And I wanted to get some more 6x6 paper, and now I'm just realizing that maybe I should have gotten one more of these. But I got this pack that's got like some metallics and some like stone patterns, and this one that's very springy and florally. Then I got this big 12x12 paper pack for me. The title is Midnight Garden, and it is hopefully going to be helpful for my Halloween junk journal that I have coming up. By the way, I think it would be really fun if you guys gave me like prompts and things for my Halloween junk journal. So comment in the space down below if you have suggestions, like should I do a page all about bats or ghosts or goblins, or something Halloweeny, or you could do do a page where you add an envelope, do a page where you add a tag. Like, if you have any ideas or suggestions, I'd love to have like a jar of viewer suggestion prompts that I draw from as I work on that. That would be so much fun. So yeah, comment in the space below if you've got some ideas for me, or you can shoot me an email. My email addresses are always linked below. Anyway, this paper pack should be helpful for the Halloween. This has some bats on it, and it's got some spiders and mushrooms, and it's just dark purples. This one's got snakes and toads and butterflies and owls and ravens there. This one we've got spiders and butterflies. This one's just kind of a gray wallpapery kind of. And then we've got some ravens and purple roses here, as well as some other sheets. I didn't look through every piece that was in there. Like this one, I don't know if you can see, has got frogs and toads and like gold lettering. It's hard to see with like the side sticker thingy still on there. Anyway, I was really excited about that. I got some little pens, some mono drawing pens by Tombow. I got a .05 and a .01. So this one's super, super skinny, and this one's slightly less skinny. And then they had some charms that were buy one, get one 50% off. So I got these two for the Halloween journal. And then I got this, this one, which might be on my steampunk one, maybe. And this one. I got these two flowers with like little rhinestones in the center of them. They were $2 for this. And then this case of beads was 80% off. So it's usually $20. I got it for $4. And these are going to be handy for making little dangles and like junk journal jewelry kind of things. I know I didn't really need those things, but did I want them? Yes. And that's okay. Who needs to eat food, right? I don't have to buy food. Alright, I think next I'll show you a couple things that I got for free. I mean, free stuff is always good. I went to, I needed to kill some time while I was waiting to meet my student, and I went to the Salt Lake City library that was right near the Barnes & Noble that we were meeting at, and the ladies there were really nice. They were like, oh, please take a craft kit, and we've got reading trackers and all kinds of stuff. And so they had this arts and crafts for adults kit to make cute little like pie magnets, and it comes with all the stuff you need to make it in here, so that will be a fun thing. You know, I love a good crafting project. And then I got this teen reading log, 100 books before graduation, and I grabbed this because I thought it would be a really fun thing to like adapt somehow with maybe my students, or pass along to the high school and see if the library there wanted to do some kind of reading program with the high schoolers there. The idea being that you'd read 25 books during each year of high school before you graduate. And the Salt Lake City Library does this for any teen that wants to do it. And it says, just remember, the benefits and joy you get from reading never stop. And it's all like a handy dandy like little tracker where they can write about the books they read and stuff, so they can look back on it and go, wow, I really do enjoy reading, and I did read a lot and stuff. So I'm excited about that. They gave me an adult tracking book that looks like this, but like a different color cover and different kind of thing, and I can't find it. I know I brought it into the house, but apparently it got lost between the entryway and my office. I've been up and down, I've looked for it, I can't find it. Maybe it has slipped into one of these book bags, and we'll find it as we start to haul things. So let's get on with it. Okay, so I'm going to go through first the books I got at the King's English, which is my favorite bookstore in the world. And if you're ever in the Salt Lake City area, definitely go find it. You can message me through email. As I said, my email is always in the box below, and I will tell you exactly how to get there. It's super easy to find, and it's this wonderful community of people in this beautiful, beautiful bookshop. Anyway, I picked up 3 books there. We have Cats and Jammer by Francesca Zappia. This was an author by, I adore her work. Eliza and Her Monsters is one of my favorite books that I've ever read. And this one says Kat doesn't remember how she got here, none of them do. The hallways contract and expand with School's breathing. The showers in the girls' locker room run a bloody red. There are no doors, the windows are gone, there is no way out, and all of them are slowly transforming. School is weird like that. Kat is faster now, stronger, braver than she was before. She has nothing left to lose, but can she stop whatever is attacking them one by one? Can she remember how she got here before it's too late? So again, author pick, but also does sound pretty intriguing. And then this one was kind of sitting near Cats and Jammer, and I was like, that looks kind of cool. A Wicked Magic. Sasha Lawrence is the author. What evil have these new witches awakened? When Daniela and Liz stumbled on a way to transform themselves into witches, they didn't realize that magic had an agenda of its own. If they had, Johnny would never have been dragged away into the night in the claws of a horrifying creature, and Dan's new best friend Alexa would be safe in LA, far away from the danger they've woken. Oh, if only they'd known that the magic was wicked. Book list called this a modern version of The Craft, which is good because I'm definitely in the mood for spooky reads. I've been reading quite a few recently, and we haven't even made it to Halloween yet, so yeah. And then this one, the cover caught my eye, and then I read the blurb and thought, okay, that sounds really interesting. Daughters of a Dead Empire by Carolyn Tara O'Neill. This reminds me of the blue and white china plates that my mom got when she and my dad got married, and we had in our house for like when the Good Company came over. All right, so this says Russia, 1918. With the execution of Tsar Nicholas II, the empire crumbles and Russia is on the edge of civil war. The poor are devouring the rich. Anna, a bourgeois girl, narrowly escaped the massacre of her entire family at Ekaterinburg. Desperate to get away from the Bolsheviks, she offers a peasant girl a diamond to take her as far south as possible, not realizing that the girl is a communist herself. With her brother in desperate need of a doctor, Evgenia accepts Anna's offer and suddenly finds herself on the wrong side of the war. Anna is being hunted by the Bolsheviks, and now, regardless of her loyalties, Evgenia is too. I mentioned that I got a blind date with a book at the King's English as well. They have this cart sitting outside their store with these wrapped books, and you just Venmo them what you feel like you can pay for the book, which is kind of cool. This says YA fiction, fantasy, learning about her family history by entering the world of her mom's journal, but that world becomes real. There's always a risk when you do a blind date with a book kind of thing that it might be something I've already read or something I already have. I have a plan if that's the case, so let's see what we've got. Alrighty. Ooh, please tell me we got something good. Okay. See, I should have guessed that it would be this book, but, you know, I don't mind that it's not only a book that I already own, but a book that I've already read. I totally don't mind. So, this is what we're going to do. It is Gallant by V.E. Schwab, which is super, like, creepy, atmospheric if you're looking for something like that. I'm going to read the blurb, and then I'll talk to you about what we're going to do with this extra copy of this book. The shadows are not real. The dreams can never hurt you. You will be safe as long as you stay away from Gallant. All her life, Olivia Pryor has wondered who she truly is and where she belongs. Her only clue is a slim, battered journal, her mother's journal, full of entries that seem to show that she was unraveling in drawings that look like blots of ink, until Olivia notices a hand, a door, a bloom, a skull. Then a letter beckons Olivia home to Gallant, the one place her mother's journal warns her never to go. Olivia goes anyway. Of course she does. What she finds is her last living relative in her family's manor, a manor with ballroom and a sitting room and a study and a sprawling, vibrant garden, and the crumbling ruin of a garden wall with an iron door, a door she must never open. But no one at Gallant sent Olivia that letter, and no one will tell her what haunts her cousin's dreams, what happened to her mother, or what lies on the other side of the wall. Did the shadows call Olivia home? What will they ask of her in return? Okay. So, I am going to be giving away this book. As I said, I've read it. I really enjoyed it. It's very, like I said, creepy and atmospheric. If you want to enter to win this, you may do so by commenting on this video with using the words Gallant Giveaway by midnight Mountain Time on September 10th. I'm gonna give you quite a bit of time. September 10th. Okay, I have a reason for choosing that date. Just go with me. Okay, so comment with Gallant Giveaway on this video by midnight Mountain Standard Time on September 10th. Alright, I will use a random comment picker to choose a winner, but you have to use the words Gallant Giveaway in your comment. Okay, now we're ready for the Barnes & Noble bag. It is massive. It is going to be still quite a long time because I bought so many books. So if you need to, pause this video, go get yourself a drink, go use the potty, whatever you need to do, come back. I'll be here waiting. And in the meantime, for the rest of us who are ready, let's go. Alright, on this big cart near the doors of the store, there was this last chance kind of cart, and all the books were $3. Okay, so you know I had to look there, because, I mean, who doesn't? That's ridiculous. I got this massive honker nonfiction book called Kings and Queens, a chronicle of history's most interesting monarchs. Again, for $3. It is full of illustrations and things I can use in my junk journaling. There's all kinds of facts and things, different styles of illustrations. So, I mean, we've got photographs here. Don't worry, that's not Hitler. His mustache is too big for that. Maybe I can read about the rulers in Russia before I read that book set in Russia. Another thing I got on the $3 cart is Sports Weirdopedia, the ultimate book of surprising, strange, and incredibly bizarre facts about sports. This is for the nonfiction shelf in my classroom. Middle schoolers love weird stuff, and most of them love sports. So this seemed like a perfect fit, and it's just full of weird, random stories and facts and things about sports of different kinds. Okay, we also have from the $3 cart Children of Blood and Bone, the Seer special edition. These editions are so pretty. Like, they have really pretty end papers, and they have foiling. This one has purple foiling on it. It's just, I couldn't leave it sitting there. I couldn't. Children of Blood and Bone is one of those books that I cannot get my kids to read. They won't. And maybe if I show them this edition that has like this beautiful art in the back and a poster that pops out and stuff, maybe they'll want to pick up this one. Or maybe I'll just keep this one at home. I don't know yet. I've just got home. I have made no decisions. We got The Silver Arrow by Lev Grossman. These two are on a buy one get one 50% off table. This one says, Kate and her younger brother Tom lead dull and interesting lives. They dream about going on adventures and saving the world, but nothing like that ever quite seems to happen to them. Even Kate's 11th birthday is shaping up to be mundane until her mysterious and highly irresponsible Uncle Herbert, whom she never met, surprises her with the most unexpected, exhilarating, and inappropriate birthday present of all time, a colossal steam locomotive called the Silver Arrow. This sounds so much fun. Kate and Tom's parents want to send it right back where it came from, but Kate has other ideas, and so does the Silver Arrow, and soon she and Tom are off along magical rail lines to distant lands with a trainload of exotic animals, and who knows, they just might end up saving the world after all. So I'm going to be going camping later on this week. I think I'm going to take this one with me. I just realized I never told you what Children of Blood and Bone is about. Like, do you guys not know this? Like, okay, really quickly, I'll give you like a super short idea of what it's about. Our main character Zelie is part of the magical folk who can wield certain kinds of magic in this African folklore based story. Okay, if I pull out the poster, I can show you a picture. All of the people who can wield this kind of magic have white hair. So this poster with the white hair thing is very fitting. And Lagos is the place. This is a map of the location. Anyway, Zelie witnesses a horrific event near the beginning of the book and decides that she's going to go on a quest to try to restore magic because it's kind of been banned and like people who are shunned if they're magical. And she literally bumps into a runaway princess, and they kind of team up on this quest, and danger ensues. It's bloody, it's action-packed, and it's really, really cool and very beautifully written. Just so good. So this one we have is Debating Darcy, Pride versus Persistence by, I'm going to slaughter this, Sayantani Dasgupta. And the back says, I mean, who were those snotty Netherfield Academy types to put us public high school kids down, suggest we weren't good enough to compete with them, laugh with them, date them? It was settled. Feroz Darcy was, without a doubt, the most disagreeable, horrible, nasty, evil, conceited person I had ever met. I quite detested him. And if you're familiar with Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, you know that the hate won't last long. Layla is the main character, and she's a speech competitor. She loves crushing her opponent. She's really competitive, and she meets this Feroz Darcy, who is a debater from this elite private school, and she can't stand him, but he'll be competing in the state league, so their paths are going to collide. And it says here, but why attempt to tolerate Feroz when Leela can one-up him? The situation is more complicated than Leela anticipated, though, and her participation in the tournament reveals that she might have tragically misjudged the debaters, including Feroz Darcy, and more than just her own winning streak is at stake, her heart is too. Always up for a good Jane Austen retelling. Hopefully this is a good one. Alright, this one is a sequel. It is For the Throne by Hannah Witton. I finished the audiobook of the first book of this duology, For the Wolf, today while I was driving. Really good. I have a physical copy of the first book somewhere, but I'm in the middle of reorganizing my library, and so you can't tell from this shot here, but it's a mess in here, and I can't seem to see where it is right now. But anyway, in the first book we have the second daughter, who is destined for the wolf. In this kingdom, the first daughter will rule, the second daughter will be sent to the wildwoods to be given to the wolf as a sacrifice, and they've been doing this for hundreds of years as part of their religion in hopes that the wolf will eventually release the kings, slash gods that have been captured years and years and years ago. And so our main character, Red, and her twin sister Neve are these two sisters. Neve was born first, so she's oldest, set to rule. Red knows that she's set for the wildwood, and she goes into the woods and meets the wolf, but he's not really a wolf, he's a boy, and things aren't what she's always been taught. And that's all I better say, because if I start talking about other things, I'm going to spoil it on accident, and I don't want to do that. But this will be the follow-up to this one. It is a duology, so that will complete the series for me. And this is a Barnes & Noble exclusive with special content, so that's always exciting. Okay, this next one I got kind of on a whim. I thought, you know what, it's the hardback sale. All YA is supposed to be 50% off. I might as well just go for it. Even though I haven't read the first book in this series, which is Witches Steeped in Gold, I got the next one, which is Empress Crowned in Red. Look at how big this is. It's massive. So I can't really even tell you what this is about, because it's a sequel and I haven't read the first one. I know, I'm terrible. Alright, I do know exactly where Witches Steeped in Gold is, so what I'll do is I'll read this to you. So, first let's just look at the two covers together. Really pretty. Alright, so this one says, Irea Adair has spent her life in a cell, heir to an overthrown and magically gifted dynasty. She was exiled from her home on the island nation of Ayika when just a child, but every day brings her closer to freedom and vengeance. Jasmine Carriot grew up dressed in gold with stolen magic at her fingertips. Daughter of the self-crowned Doyen, her existence is a threat to her mother's rule, but unlike her sister before her, Jasmine has no intention of dying to strengthen her mother's power. Sworn enemies, the two witches enter a deadly alliance to take down the woman who threatened both their worlds, Doyen Carriot. But revenge is a bloody pursuit, and nothing is certain except the lengths Irea and Jasmine will go to win this game. So I need to get on this so that then I can read this. I have been reading lots of really large books this summer, and I have to say I'm quite enjoying it. Okay, this next one just looks fun. Just look at that cover. Cake Eater. Alison Dallin is the author. The year is 3070, and Marie Antoinette has just arrived at Versailles. Marie is an apt sensation, a style icon, and a maven of social influence with millions of followers. But here, in the glamorous Franc kingdom, her job is simply to marry Louis Auguste. Unfortunately, Louis doesn't seem interested in Marie, making her feel lonelier than ever in this new country. Fortunately, Marie has a distinction. Opulent parties and decadent after-parties abound in Versailles. But beneath the luxurious world lies a sinister underbelly. When a storm hits Versailles, it reveals the gilded world around Marie and Louis. For the correct facade, it truly is a hideaway for the rich and powerful, while the people outside suffer and starve. Determined to set things right, Louis and Marie must devise a way to right the wrongs of generations past and outwit those who want to keep them pawns in a deadly game. So, yes, the cover looks fun. It sounds like it might be a little bit more than just light fluff on the inside, but also futuristic Marie Antoinette. How can that not be fun? How you doing? Are you hanging in there? Got 3 more books. Alright, here we have Wild as the Witch by Raquel Griffin, and this has beautiful print on the cover, which, you know, bonus. I heard a YouTuber speaking about this book recently, and I can't remember who it was, but they really loved it. Anyway, it says, after a night of magic turns deadly, Iris Grey vows to never let another person learn she's a witch. It doesn't matter that the witch's council found her innocent or that her magic was once reviewed as a marvel. That night on the lake changed everything. Now settled in Washington, Iris hides who she really is and vents her frustrations by writing curses she never intends to cast. And while she loves working at the wildlife refuge she runs with her mother, she loathes Pike Alder and the witch-hating aspiring ornithologist who interns with them. When Pike makes a particularly hurtful comment, Iris concocts a cruel curse for him, but just as she's about to dispel it, an owl swoops down and steals the curse before flying far away from the refuge. The owl is a powerful amplifier, and if it dies... Oh, lost my place. And if it dies, Iris's dark spell will be unleashed not only on Pike, but on everyone in the region. Forced to work together, Iris and Pike trek through the wilderness in search of the bird that could cost Pike his life, but Pike doesn't know the truth, and as more dangers arise in the woods, Iris must decide how far she's willing to go to keep her secret safe. Alright, here we've got a middle grade, The Ogress and the Orphans by Kelly Barnhill. She's a Newbery Medal winning author of The Girl Who Drank the Moon, and this has a cool map in the end papers. You know what I always say, a map is a good sign. Stone in the Glen, once a lovely town, has fallen on hard times. Fires, floods, and other calamities have caused the people to lose their liberty, their school, their park, and even their neighborliness. The people have put their faith in the mayor, a dazzling fellow who promises he alone can help. After all, he's a famous dragon slayer. At least no one has seen a dragon in his presence. Only the clever children of the orphan house and the kindly ogress at the edge of town can see how dire the town's problems are. Then one day a child goes missing from the orphan house. At the mayor's suggestion, all eyes turn to the ogress. The orphans know this can't be. The ogress, along with a flock of excellent crows, secretly delivers gifts to the people of Stone in the Glen. But how can the orphans tell the story of the ogress's goodness to people who refuse to listen? And how can they make their deluded neighbors see the real villain in their midst? From Newbery medalist Kelly Barnhill comes a new story about the power of generosity and love and what happens to a community when they disappear. And the last book in this haul, The Honeys by Ryan LaSala. This is another author pick. Do any of you guys listen to Ryan LaSala and Clarabelle A. Ortega's podcast, The Bad Author Book Club? The Bad Author Book Club. Words. You wouldn't think words are my life the way that I have been speaking in this video. Terrible pronunciation. Anyway, Ryan LaSala, author pick. They have a funny podcast where they have been hate reading kind of Tyra Banks' book Modelland. It's hilarious. Anyway, this has fun end papers. It's like a textured thing that looks like honeycomb, which is going to be probably hard to see, but it's there. It's beautiful. Okay, let's learn about this one. Mars has always been the lesser twin, the shadow to his sister Carolyn's radiance, but when Carolyn dies under horrific circumstances, Mars is propelled to learn all he can about his once inseparable sister who'd grown tragically distant. Mars's gender fluidity means he's often excluded from the traditions and expectations of his politically connected family. This includes attendance at the prestigious Aspen Conservancy Summer Academy, where his sister poured so much of her time, but with his grief still fresh, he insists on attending in her place. What Mars finds is a bucolic fairy tale not meant for him. Folksy charm and sun-drenched festivities camouflage old-fashioned gender roles and a toxic preparatory rigor. Mars seeks out his sister's old friends, a group of girls dubbed the Honeys, named for the beehives they maintain behind their cabin. They are beautiful and terrifying, and Mars is certain they're connected to Caroline's death. Are the mean girls murderers? But the longer he stays at Aspen, the more the sweet mountain breezes give way to hints of decay. Mars's memories begin to falter, bleached beneath the relentless summer sun. Something is hunting him in broad daylight, toying with his mind. If Mars can't find it soon, it will eat him alive. Spooky. I have 3 stacks of books on this table. I was only supposed to buy books for other people today. We knew it was going to happen, didn't we? Before the summer was out, we knew I was going to go shopping again for books. Yeah. And as my student told me today, who doesn't love book shopping? And right she is. Book shopping is such a great hobby. Oh, and don't forget to enter the giveaway. Remember you need to hit a comment, type in the words Gallant Giveaway by midnight Mountain Time on September 10th. Okay, that's going to be the end of this haul. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading. Adios.